ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ, हमारा जो केंद्र है, इसके बीच में एक इम्फाल रिवर नाम का एक रिवर है, मतलब नदी है। इसमें से पानी लेकर के हमारा ये सूखा हुआ झील को हम लोग खेती करने का जो हो रहा है, इसको डबल क्रॉपिंग का नाम से इरिगेशन।
Thank you very much, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next, ma'am.
I think he hadn't finished. I think he hadn't finished. So आप आगे आप खत्म कर लीजिए जो आप कह रहे थे। आप शायद पूछना चाह रहे हैं, क्या आप पूछना चाह रहे हैं कि अभी आपकी पानी की सुविधा नहीं है शायद खेती के लिए, और आप शायद।
No, madam, actually, in that particular area, there was a main river flowing there,
Yes.
and that is not properly utilized. They want to utilize it for a proper irrigation for the double cropping process.
That is what exactly what I understood. That's why I said that they हिंदी में बोलूं कि इंग्लिश में easy है आपके लिए?
दोनों में बात में चलेगा।
दोनों में। तो जो जैसे आप कह रहे हैं कि वहाँ पे एक झील है और उसका सही इस्तेमाल नहीं हो रहा है, और पानी आपका ज़्यादातर आप किसान हैं और पानी नहीं आता है, किसान मतलब अपनी खेती में पानी डालने के लिए कमी हो रही है। तो कांग्रेस पार्टी ये कह रही है कि इस चुनाव में एक हमने जो प्रॉमिस किया है उसमें ये है कि जितने भी इरिगेशन के जो ऑनगोइंग प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं और जो आगे के लिए भी प्लान्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, उन सब का रिव्यू करके इरिगेशन का जो सिस्टम है उसको मजबूत बना के, ताकि आपके लिए ये समस्या नहीं आए, ताकि आपकी खेती में पानी खुलकर आए। और इसके साथ साथ ये भी हम प्लान कर रहे हैं कि सेरिकल्चर, हॉर्टिकल्चर, पिशिकल्चर और ये सब होलिस्टिक तरह से एक जो डेवलपमेंट करने का, ताकि अलग अलग चीज़ों के साथ भी आप आगे बढ़ सकते हैं, सिर्फ जो आपकी खेती है उसको पूरी तरह से डेवलप करने के लिए। तो ये सब चीज़ें हैं। आप शायद मुख्यमंत्री जी के क्षेत्र के हैं, तो आज जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं वो आपकी आवाज़ नहीं सुन रहे हैं। वो जब आपकी समस्या है, उन्हीं के क्षेत्र में इतनी बड़ी समस्या है और कोई उसको सॉल्व करने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा है। इसीलिए हम कहना चाहते हैं ज़रूर कि अगर हमारी सरकार आएगी, हम पूरा फोकस डालेंगे इस पे, इरिगेशन पे, और ये नए एवेन्यूज़ डेवलप करने में, जैसे मैंने कहा पिशिकल्चर, सेरिकल्चर, हॉर्टिकल्चर भी, ताकि आपका जो एरिया है वो अच्छी तरह से मजबूती से आगे बढ़े।
धन्यवाद।
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I call upon the Phungnier Rumhei Mahu. Phungnier ki kaise kano tum ta thabi ro screen tum ta. Phungnier Ukhrul district.
Hello, how pretty you are looking in your dress.
Thank you, Priyanka ji. Namaste. I'm Ramonghi Mahong, representing Phungnier Kantra and Hill district. First, I'd like to raise you two questions. One is, today India is going to celebrate 75th Independence Day. But we Northeasterners are ignored, neglected, and not recognized by our own country. And recently we received, we have raised a lot of reports regarding the social discriminations and ill treatment mandated in mainland city and different parts of the India. So I would like to ask how the Congress Party will adopt the policy to tackle such discriminations against the Northeast people. Secondly, I'd like to share about the beauty of Manipur Hill district, that is like pure and serene land, rich in culture, flora and fauna, and the natural beauty, but still it is unexplored. If it is developed in tourism, we can raise dramatically in the revenue and employment. So I'd like to ask ma'am how the Congress Party can do changes for the people of Manipur Hill district. Thank you.
The first question you raised about discrimination, What is the fundamental source of discrimination? It's a lack of understanding and a lack of respect. Okay, now our democracy, the fact that we are a democracy, and that is what our politics has been for so many decades, that actually ensures equality, respect, inclusiveness, right? So where does discrimination come from? It comes from when the society and the politics of a nation starts to become exclusive, right? Where everybody is not being included fully, where everybody is not considered an equal fully, where certain parts of the country are ignored or considered not so important because maybe less votes are over there, or it's less important in the whole scheme of thing of governance. So where does a political party come in when these things, when these issues arise? The political party comes in basically at the very fundamental level of what is the ideology and the thinking of that political party. If as a political party, I create space for everybody, for people from Manipur, for people from Northeast, for people from South India, for people from North India, from all different states with all their various cultures, traditions. Look at your beautiful dress, for example. You have your own culture, you have your own tradition, you have your own rules and own way of living life. The whole idea of India as a nation, as my brother recently also said in Parliament, we are a nation which is a union of states, right? So we are a strong, united nation only when all our states are united with us and all our states are equally respected and all our states have the opportunities and the ability to also direct and live in the way that they choose to live, right? That is what is the fundamental basis of our democracy. Now, when it comes to people of the Northeast, the BJP and the central government today, they have a very different ideology. Their ideology is to make things uniform. So whether it is in the Northeast or say I campaigned in Goa some days back, it's a very similar problem that they're facing. They're saying we're Goans. We have our own way of living. We don't want anybody interfering in our way of living. All these years we chose to be a state of our own because we chose that on the basis of our tradition and culture, and we want to keep that tradition and culture. So when there is a politics at the center and in your state which doesn't respect your individual culture, doesn't respect your traditions, doesn't respect that you have your ways of living, your ways of being, which may be different, and that those need to to flourish as much as anybody else's, that's when discrimination also rises. Because then there's a certain sense in the politics of the country and in society that, you know what, it's okay to be discriminatory. It's okay to think this way of a certain people or that way of a certain religion. So that's where the Congress party comes in. The Congress party built this nation. The Congress party got independence. And on what basis did we do that? That every single voice in our nation, every single voice in every state, no matter what tribe, what culture, what religion, what caste, every single voice, A, was meant to be heard and B, was equally heard. So when we talk about discrimination rising, when we talk about racial crimes rising, when we talk about crimes against a particular people rising, why is it happening? It's happening because also in the politics of the nation today, the BJP has brought forth a politics where it's enabled. So when the Congress party says that if it comes to power, especially in your state, and if it comes to power in the center, its politics is different. The Congress party has always respected not just the Northeast, but every single state, has always respected your culture, has always respected your different ways of living, and wants you to flourish that way. We don't want to impose an outside way on you. And that is the fundamental root of where discrimination comes from. So I hope that with the Congress government, of course in the state, and hopefully after some years in the center, a lot of these things will change. Because there won't be this atmosphere in the country that it's okay to be like this. It's okay to discriminate. So that's part one of your question. Now, what was the second part of your question? I've given you a long lecture
the
on the
development.
first part. On the
It's
tourism,
about tourism development.
on tourism, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right that you have heard so many times, I'm sure, many politicians coming even from Delhi and all saying what a jewel Manipur is for the country. Well, it's a jewel for the exact reasons that you stated. It's undiscovered. There's so many beautiful things to explore. And we in the Congress Party really believe that there has to be an emphasis on tourism so that it's properly developed and it also enables jobs. See, one of the problems that you're facing in Manipur, huge problem, is unemployment. And it's because of that problem also that people are going out to seek employment, because you're not getting enough employment, enough jobs in Manipur itself. So tourism can be a great source of jobs. And here again, because our policies have always been and are more directed towards helping small and medium businesses to grow, here small, medium and medium businesses, small hotels, small restaurants, small travel agencies, small tourist travel opportunities, etc. Those have to be strengthened. Because if you see the policies of the BJP government at the center, the policy is generally to benefit 2 or 3 big industrialists who are their friends, who are making the most money in the country, who are making thousands of crores a day, whereas the people who are the middle class and the poor are completely left on their own without any help and support. And the only way that we can actually increase jobs is by strengthening small and medium business, which means that tourism plays a big role when it comes to a state like Manipur. Because here, by strengthening small and medium businesses, even the handicrafts that come out of your traditional crafts, tourism, all these things, once they are strengthened, we will be able to create jobs and create good employment opportunities in Manipur itself.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
I hope
very
I
much.
answered. I hope I answered your questions there.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you, the Fungyar constituency. Now, I would like to request the Mayang Imphal constituency to come in. Mayang Imphal constituency. Mr. Mohammad Irfan Gurfan. Mayang Imphal constituency, please come in.
Thank you, All India Congress Committee and Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee. And I would like to thank to Ma'am Priyanka Gandhi ji. I myself, Mohammad Irfan Gurfan, and I am a columnist for the past 5 years from 2017. And I am from Mangfal constituency. We are fighting sincerely in Mangfal constituency to come Congress in our constituency with Congress candidate Dr. K.H. Ratan Kumar. And our Dr. K.H. Ratan Kumar are sincerely working.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं मानक गुप्ता। अगर आपको हमारा ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो इसे लाइक और शेयर जरूर करें, और हां, हमें सब्सक्राइब और फॉलो करना ना भूलें ताकि आप देश और दुनिया की कोई खबर मिस ना करें। तो जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ और देखते रहिए News24।